Tune. What's going on, wrestling fans? Jimmy Milstead, the Mailman. Here, first time tinkering around with YouTube Live. Just a uber wrestling fan, wrestling nerd. It looks like I'm in mom's basement, but you know, I'm in my own house. Yeah, I got a bunch of wrestling figures, collectibles. I love wrestling, and it's an exciting year. Just coming off the heels of a terrific G1 New Japan Pro Wrestling tournament that took up most of my July and early August. So I'm kind of got a hangover for that. WWE has a lot to prove this weekend, but I am a huge WWE fan as well, and I have no doubt about it. Triple H and Vince McMahon and all the boys and girls with the WWE will put on 2 fantastic shows. Well, actually 4. They got the Barclays Center till Tuesday because they got Raw and SmackDown as well. It's like a mini WrestleMania weekend up there in Brooklyn for the biggest party of the summer. Jimmy Milstead right here tonight. I don't know how long this is going to go. You know, it's a Friday night. It's supposed to be my weekend at the post office, but your boy will be volunteering his services tomorrow to do a little bit of overtime because my particular post office is going to be short-handed. So I'm kind of doing a favor because in October, Raw's coming out here to Portland, and I kind of want to get into the good graces and maybe have a little wild card in the back of my pocket for working a little bit overtime. But enough of that boredom for you. You know, weather's spectacular out here. The heat is finally gone. We get 2 weeks of heat out here, probably about 2 weeks of real hot weather out here in Seattle. I live in Southwest Washington, so I'm in between Portland and Seattle. But you know, it was a hot past few weeks. We don't have air conditioning here. I got a bunch of fans. We don't really need it. There's a lot of fans. I'll turn that song off. Sorry. There's a lot of people that get air conditioning. I don't feel like I really need it. It's 2 weeks of pain, but we're back to the cool 70s, and fall's my favorite time of year, and we're not there yet, though. We have the biggest party of the summer. It's WWE's SummerSlam weekend. Out just to talk about his predictions for the weekend for you wrestling fans. I notice I have one viewer. I don't know who that is, but thank you for joining me on a Friday night. You don't probably have a life like me. Oh, wait, we got 0 viewers now. But you know, I love this genre of entertainment. Too much going on in the world right now, and you know, it's a great escape. You know, I love this country and stuff. You know, a lot of tense stuff going on, but you know, pro wrestling always gets your minds off things. You know, I love when the country can unite, and I mean, there's all kinds of people and races represented in pro wrestling, and that's the way it should be, you know, in life. So I'm not going to get on a soapbox or nothing, but you know, let's all get along, man, you know, and enjoy life. Life's too short to be wobbling over stuff and human race, you know what I'm saying? So the Mailman, just sending some good vibes out there to everybody. You know, let's all get along, you know, but let's save all the fighting for the squared circle. You know, that's where the entertainment is, and we're gonna have 2 great days, 4 straight days really for WWE of pro wrestling. The other thing I wanted to talk about was my favorite wrestler of all time, right there in the corner, Ric Flair, sending good vibes out to the Nature Boy. Woo! He's been, you know, not doing too well from what reports are saying. Multiple organ problems. You know, I really haven't dived into what is exactly true or whatever, but some reports say it's kidneys, or other reports said it was his heart and stuff. But no matter what, Ric Flair is down, but he is not out. He survived plane crashes, probably a lot of injuries during his career. He's had a rough life losing his son, Reed. I just want to send my well wishes out to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He's the best of all time for me. I've seen him multiple of times. In fact, the reason I got into pro wrestling was for seeing Ric Flair. Him and the Macho Man, 1A, 1B, depending on what day it is. And today it's Ric Flair, because my dad, who is not a wrestling fan, always took me when he was in the Navy. He was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. That's how I became a wrestling fan. I got to see old school NWA. My dad would take me, even though he didn't like it, because he knew I always watched the Superstation, 6:05 on Saturday nights. Ric Flair just caught my eye. I love the Rock and Roll Express, but we'd always go to Hampton Roads, Coliseum, the Norfolk Scope. I don't remember exact matches because I was in third grade, but I remember Ric Flair, Magnum TA, Nikita Koloff, Rock and Roll Express, Road Warriors, Tully, Arn Anderson. But, Ric Flair was always, and Dusty Rhodes. I couldn't forget that guy, the late, great Dusty Rhodes. But Ric Flair, we love you, buddy, as a wrestling fan. Get well soon, Nate, and we're all pulling for you as wrestling fans, and I know you'll kick out of this, and we love you. That's all I got to say. So let's cheers to Ric Flair for everything he's done for the sport of wrestling. I just want to give out a big woo. Woo! All right, Rick. So with that, this is my first YouTube live broadcast ever. A big wrestling weekend, like I said, a mini WrestleMania weekend. It's SummerSlam. There's a ton of matches. Sunday's going to be a long day. Saturday night, though, tomorrow, I'll be at work, so I probably won't be live to watch. That's why I wanted to get these predictions out. But NXT Takeover Brooklyn, this is number 3. As this is the third straight year WWE's been in Brooklyn, the Barclays Center. That show starts tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I believe the pre-show is at 4. I don't have my stats right for that. Maybe it's probably a half hour before that, probably 4:30. But check your local listings on the WWE Network. But from what I've been watching, it's looking like a solid card. I don't know. The Mailman's going to deliver his predictions here. I want you wrestling fans to give me your picks in the comments. I will be interested to read your rebuttals or any surprises. But Jimmy has been watching. I watch NXT every Wednesday night. And I believe, five matches on the card as of this moment. I don't know if they're going to throw anything extra in there, but the card looks pretty good. And we'll start off with what I'm seeing here: Alistair Black versus Hideo Itami. Hideo, coming off multiple injuries the past couple years, has turned heel. He turned his back on Cassius Ohno, and now he is gunning after Alistair Black, who Alistair Black's probably been one of the biggest badasses in pro wrestling. Love his gimmick. You don't know if he's a heel or a baby face. All you know, with that black mass kick, that finisher he has, he's totally athletic. I got to see NXT out here in both Seattle and Portland. I watched a hell of a house show match with him and the Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark, out of DC. That's where I'm originally billed from. But that was one of my favorite matches I've seen live. So I cannot see this not kicking off the show. From what I hear, Alistair Black is going to have a special entrance. That's from what I'm from what I'm hearing. I'm not. Don't quote me on any smart mark talk. I'm just going off of what I hear on other podcasts or any articles I've read. But it should be a fantastic match. I am going Alistair Black in this one. Keep him strong. This guy could be on the main roster already. I believe Alistair Black should be an NXT champion, but if he's not even in the title picture, give him a couple good matches and then shoot him up. I'm not a booker. I'm predicting how I think the match card will go, but Alistair Black, I don't think you'll see any surprises in this matchup. He has taken on the formerly known as Red Dragon. Kyle O'Reilly just signed, and Bobby Fish. He beat those guys in previous weeks on NXT. I do believe you will see them on this show somehow. So whether or not they get involved in this match, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be ended up as a tag team like in Ring of Honor or just single stars. But I can't imagine not seeing those guys on this card. But it is NXT usually is a 2-hour show for takeovers, and I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be a hot start, in my opinion, if this is the match that kicks it off. I'm taking Alistair Black over Hideo Itami. Shoot Hideo up there already. I love Hideo Itami's work. Unfortunately for him, he just doesn't have any momentum, but he's a hell of a wrestler. His go to sleep is a hell of a maneuver. And, if they're going to put him in 205 Live or something like that, it'll be maybe a good change. 205 Live is the cruiserweight division, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. But anybody watching this is a wrestling fan. So I think you're going to end up seeing him there. But that's the Mailman's predictions. And I've been known to misdeliver a lot. So going to be a great match. I'm taking Alistair Black in that one. Your next matchup, I have Johnny Gargano taking on Andre Cien Almas. Tranquillo, everybody. Cien, not a lot of momentum lately, but now he has a fireball in his corner. Her name is Zelina Vega. She is a firecracker, and I'm enjoying this character. Setting Andrade Cien Almas straight, trying not to Almas is billed as this character, a wrestler who parties too much and doesn't care about his losses. It's a tough call in this matchup. Johnny Gargano coming off the tag team breakup of DIY and Tommaso Ciampa. I can't imagine Ciampa showing up on this show, being out with a knee injury and stuff, but Ciampa did have a promo a month ago, and he's out for a while. There's no doubt about these two guys are going to meet up again after that NXT Chicago breakup. It's unfortunate because I think that match was slated, obviously, for NXT Brooklyn. Gargano looks like he's in the best shape of his life. This match is too tough to call because I think Almas, who has lost a lot, can't afford any losses. I'm going to say that this match ends in some kind of DQ, double disqualification or something. If I was going to have any surprise show up in this matchup, even though I'm predicting he's just going to be one of those ringside camera shots where they go view the pan of the crowd, Adam Cole Baby will be shown either during this match or seated in the crowd. Look for some kind of interference in this match. I am going for a disqualification of some sort. Both Gargano and Andrade can ill afford a loss, I think. Both are talented, and I think Cien's probably more on his way up to the roster, I would hope. But he's got a bigger backing, I think, with this Zelina Vega gal in his corner, teaching him, showing him the straight and narrow path. So I'm looking forward to this wrestling match as far as a wrestling match. But I will go with a double DQ or some kind of screwy finish. I didn't pick a winner for this. So Moving on, we'll go to the NXT Tag Team Championship. We have the Authors of Pain versus Sanity. Akam Razor have been a dominant duo. I went to NXT Orlando. And I also saw them out here on the house shows. Two big guys. They've come a long way after being fairly green when I first saw them. I believe they have MMA backgrounds, if I'm not mistaken. One of them's from like Vancouver or somewhere up there, but in BC, just not too far up the road for me. But I really like them. I've liked the program they've had with Sanity. I can't see Sanity as tag team champions. Alexander Wolf and names escape me. I always call him Big Damo. Killian Dane. Killian Dane, I think, is a better guy on his own, in my opinion. But I met these guys at NXT Access or WrestleMania Access. I even met Nikki Cross and Eric Young. They're all cool guys and gals. I just don't see them winning this championship. I got the Authors of Pain, Paul Ellering in their corner, the legendary manager. Authors of Pain, no reason to drop the titles, in my opinion. The tag team division is starting to get strong again. You've got the new tandem of the Street Profits. That's an interesting little tag team they've introduced. I think the Aussies are coming back, TM61. In my opinion, I think you're going to see a tag team form soon between Oni Lorcan and the other British gentleman who the name is escaping me at the moment. Danny Burch. They've had a series of matches. I think they're going to have some more. They're probably going to have another match together. But I could see them eventually being, a duo that could come together. But there's no really rhyme or reason for me thinking that the Authors of Pain are going to lose this match. I think it's going to be a couple of big teams going at it. Probably going to be a sloppy match. I loved back in our NXT Orlando, I got to see DIY, Authors of Pain, and the Revival. That was tremendous. That might have been one of my highlights of the weekend. But this might be bowling shoe ugly, to quote Jim Ross. But I will take the Authors of Pain in this one. So we'll see what happens. Other NXT tidbits before I move on to the next match. I hear Donovan Dijak is with WWE, former ROH. This guy's a big guy, and he's athletic as hell. I like this guy a lot. I would love to see him debut. My guy, Leo Rush, I got to see him out here in the Northwest with Defy Wrestling. He's a big Maryland Championship Wrestling guy, big indie star. Leo Rush, you're probably going to see him most likely probably down the road this fall. Tremendous athlete. Nice guy, too. Met him 3 or 4 times. I can't wait to see him in WWE. I'm pretty sure he's there. And there's another wild card on this card. What about Lars Sullivan? This is a big man. He's been featured in tag team matches where he pretty much has a reject for a tag team partner, and he's always losing, and then he takes it out on his tag team partner. This guy is a big man. This guy should be automatically inserted into the main event on SummerSlam with Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and I forgot. Braun Strowman. That's how big this guy is. I saw him on a couple of house shows. The guy is intimidating, and the guy is going to be a player in WWE. I have no idea if he's going to fit on this card. There's a lot of talent. Probably won't see everybody, but those are my 3 question marks for the card. So watch out for those 3 names: Donovan Dijak, Leo Rush, Lars Sullivan. And, of course, Adam Cole, baby, sighted in Brooklyn from what I'm reading. He is my lock for at least some kind of debut show up for this card tomorrow night. And that's what I'm really excited about, because Adam Cole, if you've never seen him wrestle, ROH 3-time, I think he's the only 3-time ROH champion. I'm not sure, but hell of a talent. I'm looking forward to seeing him in WWE. He's gonna be a future world champion. All right, moving on to the NXT Women's Championship. We've got Asuka. She is the cream of the crop right now, to quote Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. She is on a 500-plus day plus reign, passing Goldberg. I believe she passed Rockin' Robin for WWE Ladies Champ. She's had the title. I saw her win the championship against Bayley at NXT Dallas, and she's had the title ever since, and she has never had a defeat in WWE. So she has taken on Ember Moon, who's given her the most trouble. If Ember Moon can hit that total eclipse, by the way, we're having a total eclipse soon. Is this in WWE's booking plans to end Asuka's reign? I believe that's happening Monday, though. It's not going to be Saturday night. So you might have to bring out – she should have some shades or something, for her gimmick. I hear they're selling those glasses at the dollar store. But a 502-day reign, last I heard, probably 505 days by now, 504. I don't know what it is. I just don't see Asuka losing this championship. You got the Mae Young Classic coming up. There's a ton of great women in this tournament. I have not read spoilers. Shayna Baszler, the former MMA standout, is in there. There's Candice LeRae. There's women from all over the world. Kimberly, I can't remember her name. Abby Lath. She looks like a great competitor. There's a gal from New Zealand. I'm sorry, the names are escaping me. I'm a mark, but not that smarky. But I'm looking forward to the Mae Young Classic. I don't see Asuka losing to Ember Moon. I'm sorry. I've seen Ember Moon wrestle twice. I saw this matchup in Orlando. It was a great match. The big storyline here is Asuka's taking shortcuts and around Ember. Asuka's beating everybody dominantly, but Ember's taking shortcuts around Ember, giving you that slight hope that Ember can take the title. This is probably one of the matchups I'm looking forward to most this whole SummerSlam weekend. So, but I am going Asuka to retain. If she's going to get called up, I think she's just going to relinquish the title. I think that's how, unless somebody from the Mae Young Classic, the winner of that. I don't know when the next NXT Takeover will be after SummerSlam. They usually have one in the fall before Survivor Series, but maybe that would be the possible Mae Young Classic winner. It'll be interesting to see as the Mae Young Classic finishes up in September. I believe they're going to be taping that in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. JR, Lita on the call. Looking forward to that. But I am taking Asuka. Mailman is going to deliver. I believe so. And then let's go to the NXT Championship. To be honest, I'm not thoroughly invested in thinking will this be the main event? It should be. I wouldn't be surprised if Asuka Ember Moon maybe was the main event. But Bobby Roode, the glorious one, I would love to play his music right now, but I just don't have the capabilities at the moment to. I need another stagehand on here to make this show a little better. But the glorious one takes on Drew McIntyre, the former chosen one from Vince McMahon, repackaged. Drew, great look, big dude. Saw him live at a couple of house shows. I believe he took on Cien Almas in his match. Those two guys wrestled a really good match. Drew going over. They're making him look strong. Real tall guy. You know what? And then where does Roddy Strong fall in all this? Excuse me. If you watched the last NXT episode, Roddy gets a shot. There was a screwy finish at the end of that. I honestly can't remember what the stipulation will be, but I actually see these guys end up going at a triple threat, at least on an NXT show coming up. But I will say Drew McIntyre takes the title. That's going to be my shocker of the night because I didn't have any titles changing hands. I will take Drew McIntyre winning the NXT Championship. Roddy Strong, I would have loved to see him inserted into this lineup. I wish they would have made this a triple threat, really. But this match, I hope, is exciting. I think Roddy Strong would have been better in it, but he had his shot. So I'll go on a limb, and I will say Drew McIntyre takes the NXT Championship. So let's review NXT real quick. I'm taking Black, Gargano, or no, excuse me, a no finish in Gargano, Ciano Mas. Authors of Pain, I'll take Asuka, and Drew McIntyre will win the NXT Championship. So that should be a great show. That's tomorrow night, guys. 5 p.m. That's 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, Barclays Center. NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Always love takeovers. I've been to a couple in appearance, as far as in attendance, and if you ever have a chance, go. A lot of people aren't excited about NXT right now, but I think the talent's abundance is regaining some more fuel, and I'm almost gonna say Adam Cole's gonna be there. So I am excited. Tomorrow night, I will race home from work. I will not be live, but send me your comments. What are your picks? Do you think I'm full of crap or what? So that's NXT tomorrow night. Should be a great show. Triple H always setting the bar down there for the big guys on the main roster, and that'll take us to the long-ass SummerSlam. I will take a quick drink here. SummerSlam is a special start time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. I believe the kickoff starts at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. 2-hour post or a pre-show. So this is basically a WrestleMania in the summertime. It should be, I love wrestling, so I'm not one of these people that complain all the time about length. I've already said it. I'm working tomorrow, but I'm setting the time to grab some beers, have some good food. My wife's making me some good Tex-Mex tomorrow. We're going to have fun. So it's going to be a long show. Let's quickly go over the card here. I didn't want to make this show too long. But on the kickoff show, we have a new match, the Hardy Boys. I'm glad they're on the card, actually. I love the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff. They're not broken yet or woken. They are going to be teaming with Kurt Angle's son, Jason Jordan. They're going to take on The Miz and The Miztourage, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. They had a match on Raw this past Monday. It was decent. I love Jason Jordan as an athlete. Give this guy some time to build up. He'll definitely be in the Intercontinental title scene. He probably was slated to maybe have an Intercontinental match, but they're probably going to slow things down. I'm easily taking the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan in this. That'll kick off probably the kickoff show. You want the fans to get in it as they're filing into the arena. There's no reason for The Miz and The Miztourage to win. They'll gain a little heat, but look for Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan to get the win. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship is back on the line already. Akira Tozawa versus Neville. Akira Tozawa won it on Monday Night Raw. Congratulations to him. Titus Worldwide has a belt in their stable. I love a Tozawa, entertaining guy. Neville, I didn't watch 205 live yet this week, but he looked really, from what I hear, really distraught, and he is determined as ever to get that title back. I, however, am sticking with Akira Tozawa. Why would this guy lose the title that quick? It is WWE, but Tozawa will get the victory. I'm liking the belt with Titus and those guys. They're going to build up a stable, get the other guys going too. God, I can't even remember his name. He's Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews. I need to get him involved somehow. Put him. He's probably too heavy to be in 205 Live, but Apollo Crews needs to start getting on some TVs here. There's a third kickoff match. I believe it is for the Smackdown Tag Team titles. The Usos, they are fantastic right now. I'm enjoying their run as heels since day one ish. That'd be a shirt I'd like to get. But they are taking on the champions, the New Day. I believe it is going to be Xavier Woods and was it Kofi? No, it was Big E. Big E is going to be his tag team partner. They got the Freebird rules going on. Kofi will be on the outside. I think the Usos should be the champions, but I'm going to stick with the New Day. They won the titles at Battleground, and I'm not seeing any flip-flopping yet. Will this program carry on after this? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what the tag team scene's like. We haven't seen the Hype Bros lately. Where's Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley been? Breezango has done some great stuff on the Fashion Files entertaining. I'm not a Twin Peaks follower, but I have Googled some of the stuff and got some of the meetings, epic vignettes and stuff. The tag team division in SmackDown needs to kind of grow. I think the New Day will win this match, even though I think the Usos should be the champion. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll go New Day. But the Usos, I can't remember the last time they've been on a split brand pay-per-view. Seems like they always get on the pre-show. The Usos need to be on the next major, like a Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. They need to be featured because I think the Usos have been killing it lately. So that's the pre-show. Once again, that starts 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on your WWE Network. Make sure you see those 3 matches, support those guys. The main card, I have no idea how the card is slated. I'm going pure mailman booking here. I would start off with the Raw Tag Team Championship. That is me. Sheamus, Cesaro, The Bar are taking on the mini Shield reunion of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. I have enjoyed this build. You're milking out 2 guys that have the past 3 years have been split up. Seth destroyed the Shield, the Architect. Say what you want. He's trying to put it back together. I've enjoyed the milking of this, the great storytelling. Dean Ambrose, not sure. I don't know how this is going to go, but I do see these guys winning the tag team championships. For one, I heard rumblings Sheamus is going to make a movie, so he'll be out of the picture. So this is probably one of my locks of the day. I'm going the mini Shield, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. They're going to win the title. This is going to be your perfect kickoff match of the SummerSlam, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. It could be in the middle of the card. Who knows? But if I was starting the card, it's going to be this one. It's going to be a hot tag, and you're going to end it with a feel-good moment with Dean and Seth winning those Raw Tag Team Championships. So that's my pick. Next, I would put the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm almost surprised, actually, this wasn't on the pre-show. But Naomi is the current champion. She's taking on Natalya. Kudos to Natty for getting in this matchup. I've always enjoyed her work. I'm going with Naomi, though. Naomi's going to keep that strap. She's going to feel the glow. There will be an attempted cash-in by Carmella, but she will not go through with it yet. By the way, I'm predicting she fails as well. Baron Corbin failed the other night on SmackDown Live. That was amazing, but we'll get to that in a minute. But on this night, I don't see a cash-in attempt by Carmella or a fail. I just see an attempt. Naomi will come over Natalya in a good match. It'll probably go a couple of minutes, but I enjoy both these ladies. They deserve a little bit of time. They've had a great 2017. Naomi will come out champion still. My next match, I'll put the Big Show versus Big Cass. Big Cass has been recently kind of paired up with the Club, Doc Gallows, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson. I kind of like that pairing. That's a nice fit for the Big Cass, I think. Big Cass, I enjoyed his work on the mic this past Monday night, generating some heat for this match. They apparently broke Big Show's hand by slamming. By the way, the caveat in this is Enzo Amore suspended high above the ring in a shark cage. And I believe this is a straight shoot. The guy is afraid of heights. So Enzo Amore in a shark cage. I have no idea how this match, or it's usually a heel manager is put in the cage. I don't understand the psychology in this, but somehow Enzo will entertain us up there in the cage. I believe this is probably for backstage heat. He's just going to be up there looking like a he's going to look funny up there. But I am taking Big Cass in this one. I don't intend this match to be one of the better ones, but I hope they surprise me. Big Cass will get the victory. In the middle of the card, I have the WWE Championship. And for the WWE Championship, my guy, my favorite current star is Shinsuke Nakamura, the Mailman. I love this guy. I met him in person. The charisma oozing. A lot of people don't see Jinder Mahal losing the title. I think it's perfect opportunity for Shinsuke to win. He won the NXT title here in Brooklyn just a short year ago. Jinder has had a great reign. I see the program continuing. Do you have Shinsuke Chase? It wouldn't shock me that he loses somehow in a screwy finish. Singh brothers with Jinder Mahal. But I'm a fanboy, and I'm a mark for Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm obviously picking Shinsuke. I'm not. I think the entrances will be electric. I love Jinder's entrance. This is gonna get the crowd back into it. They have a lot to prove, chemistry-wise. Not too many wrestling fans are thinking highly maybe of this matchup as far as chemistry. I believe this match surprises a lot. I think it's going to be a great match. Whether or not Shinsuke wins, that's up to the wrestling gods, Vince McMahon. But I am taking the King of Strong Style to win his first ever title, his WWE Championship. He's had an NXT Championship. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. It's going to be his night. They're going to boost that crowd back here in the middle of this long show. 13 wrestling matches. You got to get the crowd back into it. That'll electrify people. And then they'll probably be brought down as the next match in my prediction, Randy Orton and Rusev. This is a weird match just thrown together within the last couple of weeks. They just needed a match. I don't know. I mean, Randy Orton has not had a strong year. I respect the Viper a lot. I enjoyed his program with Bray Wyatt. His WrestleMania match was not that great with him, but it is what it is. I don't expect this match to be that long. I will take the Viper. Rusev, I don't know if he's got backstage heat or what. He's just not looked good ever since the injury. Couple of question marks for this card. We talked about the NXT question marks, if we're going to see any new guys show up. We've got Shelton Benjamin, who's apparently signed with WWE. And what are you going to do with Chad Gable? He's been wrestling Rusev lately. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable come to the aid of Randy Orton for this match. If they're going to do anything, I think you might see those guys for this, or you wait till SmackDown for those guys. But I don't think it'll be much of a match. Randy Orton, RKO, just to send fans home with some excitement. Rusev, though, he needs repaired big time. But I'm not really into that match. I'll take the Viper. Raw's Women's Championship. You got Alexa Bliss, who was supposed to take on Bayley, but Bayley got hurt by Nia Jax. I'm sticking with Alexa Bliss to retain on this one. I do see Nia Jax helping her. Sasha Banks, the right choice to take her on. I believe this will be a great match. Sasha's had her championship run for a little bit. I just don't see her taking off the strap off Alexa Bliss yet. I think WWE's happy with the strap on Bliss. That's all I'm saying. There's a bunch of guys I'm friends with. My boy Tim Kelly and my boy Ryan Alexander over in England. Big Alexa Bliss marks.
I could not pick against her. So I will take Alexa Bliss to retain the Raw Women's Championship, but she will get help from Nia Jax. Match number 10, John Cena takes on Baron Corbin. Baron lost the Money in the Briefcase championship, the briefcase he won at Money in the Bank on this past week's SmackDown. That was out of nowhere. Wow, this guy's got backstage heat, I guess, but, you know, say what you want about backstage heat. I just don't think the guy's ready. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't going to cash it in anyways. I was shocked, literally, like most of you guys, that it happened so soon. That's a gimmick I would have seen him carry at least till December. But he doesn't have the briefcase anymore. And I believe he is going to take it out on John Cena. John Cena is advertised to be on Raw, the free agent. You will see probably Cena this fall have a program with Samoa Joe, from what I'm hearing. Why not give Baron Corbin a win? John Cena's been on a 7+ year losing streak, I think. I don't know, ever since he beat the Nexus. I don't think he's won a SummerSlam match in years, so they'll keep the streak going. I think Cena loses this match to kind of give something to Baron Corbin after that losing that briefcase. I got to admit, I enjoyed that, but that was unbelievable. And from what I hear, I believe Jinder pinned him real quick, and that might have been the first championship match pin ever. Kevin Nash beat Bob Backlund in a record. I don't know. I saw some stat on Twitter, but I believe WWE will give Baron Corbin his glory on Sunday. Cena will go away for a little bit and then debut on Raw. And he'll start to get his wins back. So Cena putting over a lot of guys. He beat Shinsuke. Shinsuke beat John Cena. So it's not like he's not helping out the company. Will John Cena ever get a WWE championship to beat Ric Flair? Give me some comments in the comments section. That's an interesting take. Does he want a championship? I don't know if he wants to beat Ric Flair. They're currently tied. Technically, Ric Flair's had the title, I guess, other titles for longer, but it'll be interesting to see. Give me some comments in the comment section. Match 11. I'm kind of running out of steam here. I know it's a long card. It's going to be a long Sunday. I'm sorry. Thanks for the one viewer watching me. United States Championship with a special guest referee, Shane O'Mac. It's AJ Styles, the champion, taking on Kevin Owens. These guys have flip-flopped the title over the recent months. I've enjoyed the program. The matches haven't been too spectacular, but this could be the match of the card as far as wrestling for SummerSlam. I will say Nakamura and Mahal will over-deliver, but I like Styles and Owens to really wow the crowd. Whether or not this match is this deep in the card remains to be seen. I would put it a little deeper. But overall, you're going to see AJ Styles retain, and I believe Kevin Owens will run off into a program with Shane O'Mac, maybe at Survivor Series, or maybe it could be a Hell in a Cell match. I'm not sure what the – I can't remember if Hell in a Cell is Raw or SmackDown, but I believe it is SmackDown this year. But my prediction, Shane O'Mac, Kevin Owens will – go off into a program. The general manager or the commissioner, Shane O'Mac, will take some bumps in this match, and it will be probably one of my matches of the day. Zayn and Ty Dillinger aren't on this card. Do they run off with Kevin Owens as a Canadian faction? You never know. I'm just throwing that out there. Survivor Series in the little, not too distant future. You could see an all-Canadian group maybe. I don't know. Just throwing that out there because maybe we won't see Zayn and Dillinger at all. But I will take AJ Styles. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but we've got 2 more matches to talk about. My match 12, I think this is going to be not too much of a match. We've got the Demon Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Entrances will be tremendous. I love both these guys. Unfortunately, they just have not been booked well. I haven't liked the setup for this. But we get to see the Demon, Finn Balor. We haven't seen him since he got hurt when he won the he was the first ever Universal title 1 year ago at SummerSlam, and he got that shoulder injury. But Finn will have a hell of an entrance. Bray Wyatt. Will we see some fireworks? I hope WWE surprises us. We haven't seen Luke Harper or Eric Rowan. Do they come back to Bray? Will we see a female character? A Sister Abigail? There has to be something else, in this. They have to have better vignettes for a build-up for this, not just dumping some kind of fake blood on Finn to get him like a straight out of the movie Carrie, to get him going to want to bring back the demon. You need something better than that. It was a cool visual, I guess, but I want to see some, not necessarily a House of Hardcore match, but this program continues. I can't see Bray not being without the family. They haven't done anything with Luke, and I would like to see Luke as a singles competitor, but I see Bray Wyatt having some kind of family reunion. But I will take Finn Balor to get his revenge as Bray Wyatt beat him on Monday Night Raw. So the Mailman takes Finn Balor, but I want WWE to prove me wrong and have this match over-deliver a little bit. And then finally, what everybody will be waiting for, the Universal Championship on the Raw brand. It's a fatal four-way. Brock Lesnar, the defending champion, versus Roman Reigns, versus Samoa Joe, and versus Braun Strowman. I'm excited for this one. Four big dudes. The fan in me wants to see Samoa Joe get the title. I don't think that happens. We know Brock Lesnar, his contract goes to WrestleMania at least. Brock Lesnar's not losing the title. There's that caveat Paul Heyman said, if they lose, they leave WWE. You're not going to see Bones Jones, John Bones Jones. Sorry, I said Paul Bones. John Bones Jones was rumored to show up to this. That would be cool. I just don't think if he's there in the front row, that'd be cool, because they're rumored to have a UFC match next summer. It's probably too early to tell on that, but Brock probably has one more year of WWE left in him before he probably moves on to something else, but maybe he's just bluffing us all. But for this night, Brock Lesnar is not losing. It will be an entertaining match. You can hate Roman Reigns all you want. The guy has delivered. I'm taking Brock Lesnar to retain. So the Mailman will be delivering you victories with the Hardy Boys, Akira Tozawa, The New Day. That's the pre-show. I have the Tag Team Championships for Raw going to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Maybe down the road you'll see the Shield fully reunite with those guys having the tag titles and Roman having the Universal title. That would be a sight to see, but that will be a remain to see. I don't have Roman winning the title until SummerSlam, but that's just me. Naomi will retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. I've got Big Cass beating Big Show. It will be interesting to see how that finish goes with Enzo up in the cage. But Shinsuke Nakamura wins my WWE Championship for me and all of his fans across the world. Shinsuke is going to grab that championship. Randy Orton will beat Rusev. Alexa Bliss will retain over Sasha Banks. AJ Styles retains over KO. I've got Finn Balor over Bray Wyatt, and I've got Brock Lesnar retaining over those other gentlemen. And I believe Brock Lesnar will eventually veer off into a program with Braun Strowman. I think that'll be your Survivor Series main event. Who knows? I'm just a mark. I don't like reading spoilers. I appreciate you guys joining me on this Friday night. You don't have a life if you're really watching me live, but I appreciate my one viewer. This is for you, buddy. I love pro wrestling. We all love pro wrestling. It's going to be a great weekend. And if you're in the Barclays Center, enjoy yourself. Enjoy all the events. It should be an exciting weekend in Brooklyn. Give me your predictions and comments in the comments of this YouTube. I will probably come back and review how we did and see how we did over the weekend. So SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer, NXT Brooklyn. It's going to be a great weekend in New York. We'll go out with
Stay tuned. What's going on?